It's your time. Let Beth help you find. Let her help you find the best words for you. Best words for you. Always matter gonna use your mind. Always matter. Just a minute, how he helps you find. Help you find it. The best words for you. Always matter. Always matter. Yes, they do. Every single word you say is
All right, all words definitely matter in my book. Hello there.
All right.
It is Auntie Bev, and Auntie Bev is coming to you with a brand new podcast. All words matter. This is my very first one, which is going to be highlighted on my YouTube channel as well as Facebook and StreamYard. And it gives me great pleasure today to welcome to the very first podcast a young man I met on TikTok. Yes, Auntie
Cool.
Bev is on TikTok. Yes, I know you already know that, but I'm just amazed at the things that have been happening on TikTok. But anyway, I'm very excited to welcome to this inaugural podcast, All Words Matter, Nikhil. Hey,
Oh,
Nikhil, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Auntie Bev? Or,
I'm very well. I am so delighted to be able to welcome you to the very first. So you're going to go down in history. No matter how many years go by, you're going to be the first one, the first
I'm the
guest.
first, guys. I'm the first. You remember that?
That's
I was
right,
the
the
first.
first.
Only one person. And I was it.
That's right. Okay, so the reason that I invited Nikhil to be on the show is because I ran across his page. You know, when you're scrolling on TikTok, you get all these videos, and I saw that he was an aspiring artist. So I stopped to listen to some of his music and I liked what I heard. And we just kind
Thank
of connected. So, with that being said, let me first of all ask you to share with our audience a little bit more about you, your upbringing, where you are now, and how what grade are you in, etc.
All right. So, hi, I'm Nikhil. Um, I was born and raised in New Jersey, but 8 years ago, I came down here to Florida because up in New Jersey, I wasn't in a place where it was like the safest. So we came down to Florida, and I live with my grandparents, which they're wonderful, and yeah, kind of. I like to say that I got away because down there I didn't have like the best influences in my life. My dad, I don't know, like he's never really been in my life. My mom, she's sort of there, but not really. So being down here definitely opened me up to more opportunities and stuff like that. So yeah, I started making music when I was 15 years old. It was really bad when I first started. But it was really bad. So don't try to look for it because you won't find it. But anyway, I took it down from um, so now I'm 17 and I make indie pop music. Um, yeah, I like to make music because it's a way for me to express myself in ways that others can't. Um, I see myself as, because I'm very complicated. I see myself as complex. I have layers to me, and I like to bring that out and using a lot of figurative language in my music. And it's really hard for you to like understand when it comes up, but I can explain some stuff to you if you would like to. If you like whatever song you decide to play today, if you would play a song,
Mhm.
I could totally explain to you like what that's about and stuff like that. But yeah, let's see what else can I say? Oh, yeah.
Well, something that I thought was interesting, and I think this is probably why I gravitated towards you, is that there was some word, and I don't even remember the word now, but I remember you saying, that's a word I could use in my song. I really like that word.
Yes.
And I don't know, do you remember the word? I don't remember
I
the word
I do
either.
remember the word. There's so many words you post on your page, and it's like I'm gonna admit sometimes it's hard for me to keep up with them. I'm like, okay, so I have to remember this. I'm gonna remember this. It's not. It's a pretty sounding word, but it means something so simple, but it's so pretty. I'm like, I can use that. Yeah, that's why I followed you on TikTok, because I was like, wow, so many words, and I'm always struggling with lyrics. Oh my god. So I'm like, so many words I can incorporate, and so many words that people aren't gonna know the meaning to. So I guess my the meaning of the song could really be hidden in there, but it could mean something so beautiful, you know. And
Right.
I like that. So I was like, I'm gonna follow her so I can find more words to put in my lyrics, and boom.
Well, this is a sidetrack. There was a word that I put out there, unctuous, and I sent it to Meg the Stallion because I thought, now that's a word she could put in a video. But
Unct-
unctuous, I don't think it would fit you, but her,
yeah.
yes, I definitely think so. All right, well, let me ask you, Nikhil, what artists have you been inspired by?
That's a good question. I'm very much inspired by, well, my first inspiration, like, the literally the person that inspired me to make music the most was Billie Eilish. Um, there's Billie Eilish.
She's the
There's
one with the green hair,
she,
or
yeah,
purple, or
she,
pink, or something?
she had green. She had all types of crazy hair colors. But
Okay,
right now she's rocking a black, and it looks great on her.
okay.
Um, so yeah, I'm inspired by Billie Eilish. I'm inspired by Louis Capaldi. Um, who else is there? There's so many. Oh god.
Well, you said Adele, and that's the one
Yeah,
name that I did recall.
yeah.
And you also said SIA Doja Cat. Now, who is this?
Okay. Now Doja Cat, not really for, like, the musical part of it, but Doja Cat's like, she's just this hilarious, kind soul, and she makes music. Like, you might not know who she is, but like, she's big. Like, she's commercialized and everything. She's just so inspirational and so funny. Like, I look at the way she performs. She's a performer. Oh my god, the way she performs is literally, it's astounding. It's astonishing how she. Oh my god, I
Okay, so you really like her. Well, I hope she gets a chance to see this podcast at some
I hope
point
I hope so.
since
Meeting
you're
her.
raving about her. Where, what drives you to write music and write lyrics? Is there anything, that some everybody has an inspiration that drives them to do something. What drives you?
Well, growing up in like school and stuff, I never actually fit in with the crowd. I was always like considered the weird kid or the person that nobody wants to hang out with, because because I'm very high in energy. Like, I'm very outgoing, high energy. I want to meet everyone. I want to spread love to everyone I meet. But yeah, they weren't. I don't think they caught the memo that I was trying to spread love or anything, because they all they did was hate, hate, hate. And I'm over like, well, like that took a toll on me, because me being the kind soul that I am, and me not like getting back the same love I was giving, it put me into like it put me into like to a state of depression for a while, because I was like, well, people don't like me. I don't know why. It's just me. And the thing is, it wasn't just like one class. It was every single grade I've been at, and I was like, okay, there's something wrong with me. And I started writing lyrics about, like, it was like a little. It wasn't even lyrics. It was like, they weren't even lyrics. They were like a little. It was like little diary entries. They were little diary entries, and I was like, well, I kind of, because I've always had a thing for rhymes. I was like, I'm gonna make it rhyme, and I made it rhyme. And I was like, okay, now somewhere along the line, I was like, okay, I like this. I'm gonna like add like melody to it, and that's what I did, and it worked. So ever since I realized that I can sort of like put my feelings to a song like that, I started doing that with more of my feelings, and not just like the depression from not being liked, but stuff that was feeling, especially like in the album that I dropped 5 months ago called "Sorry I Glitched," my debut album. That was all about stuff that I've experienced so far as a teenager, and I, I'm in love with it. I love that album so much. It was so fun to me. But yeah, all my feelings I put into lyrics, and all my lyrics I put a bunch of emotions in, and a bunch of feeling. And when it comes together, it's so satisfying to watch it come together too. And then once it comes together, it's something beautiful. It's just amazing. And then I like to use a lot of figurative language, so you never know exactly you never know exactly what I'm talking about, and that's purpose. I like to do that purposefully, because I kind of want my music to not just be my music, but also the music of my listeners. So whatever it is to them, I'm let it be that, you know. So
Mm,
let's say I'm singing about, let's say I'm singing about losing a lover. to you, the song could be about losing a friend or losing a father or losing something like that. And it's fine like that. Like if that's how you see it, that's how you see it. You know?
Well, speaking of music, let's go ahead and drop this one into the podcast, and then you give us your interpretation, and I'll see if I can give an interpretation of what it is I hear. Okay, so
Okay.
here we go.
Just know that he just wants you around. Go on and sign a record deal with Satan himself. Go on and sign. Go on and sign a record deal. Sign your name right on the bottom of the line. Sign. You'll have you screaming like, please, hiding me.
Okay, that was deep. When I previewed it, I was like, okay, where's he going with this? I don't know. So I had no interpretation. So why don't you share with the audience what that message was about?
All right, so that was one of the songs I was talking about where I included where I put a lot of figurative language and a lot of symbolism behind it. And that was a song I just released 4 days ago. And that song is about when you trust someone with your emotions. And it's like signing a record deal, because it's like you're signing this contract with emotions. But it's not like a real contract. It's like a binding contract where you guys bind yourselves together, you know? Kind of like it's literally like you love someone, they pretend they love you or whatever. They're just playing and toying, manipulating your emotions and toying with them. And then you realize that they're toying with them, and then it's like, you know. So it's like, well, I'm not gonna do that again. But then you go ahead and do it again, knowing it's gonna happen again, because that's what happened with me. So yeah, I trusted this person with my emotions, kind of like signing that record deal, letting them, like, giving them all the rights to my emotions, and then just let them do their thing, you know. And then in the end, who's hurt? I'm hurt. So I wrote that song.
Hmm. Well, adults, I mean, real grown adults also experience those similar emotions. So I think we can all relate to that. All right. So, in the few minutes that we have left here, a couple of things. Number one, where can we find your music?
Okay, so I distribute my music everywhere. So I made it to where, like, I didn't make it to like this. I think it's just really nice that it happened, because it makes things much easier for anyone who's looking for me. But you can search my name in Google, and this whole knowledge channel will come up. And you click the music button, like where can I stream this artist button. It's not what it says. It says something else, but it says more services. It shows you like Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Deezer, iHeartRadio, blah blah blah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you're everywhere.
Mhm.
All right. I wanted to ask you, what kind of studio? Is it a homemade studio?
It actually
Because I
is.
was wondering when I saw you, I think one night you were live, and I was like, well, is that his studio? What is this? Did you
Yeah,
make it? You built it yourself?
yeah, I built it myself. So I can show it to you if you want to, because I'm in it right now.
Oh, this is your studio.
Yeah. So
Okay.
in this corner, I have my microphone.
Oh, I see it right there. Okay. Oh,
And
that's
then I
very
have two computer monitors. So let me go ahead and show you. So I have two computer monitors like this, and then I have my audio interface.
okay. And I think you just shut yourself off. So I'm not exactly sure why that happened. Uh
Hello?
I said you just shut yourself off. Okay. So
Yeah.
we had a black screen for a moment.
Yeah. So here's my two computer monitors, and then my mic, my Siri, no my Siri, my Amazon Alexa, and then I have my audio interface, which is where I plug all my wires. And then behind my speakers, behind my computer monitors, I have my behind the scenes. So my dog just entered the door. Hello.
Gotcha.
No, dogs are not yours.
So
Okay.
behind here I have my speakers on both sides, and I have my ring light, my webcam, all that stuff.
Okay, very good. Well, gone are the days where you have to actually go into a real studio, like the Supremes and the Temptations used to do it back in the day. Now you can just
Mhm.
build your own studio inside your bedroom or wherever you
Yeah,
are.
and
So
that's great because
how
studios
how
are expensive.
important have your grandparents been along your journey?
They've been actually really supportive of it. I always show them my stuff before anyone because they enjoy it a lot, and they actually helped me fund a lot of this. Like a lot of this studio stuff I have, they've bought. So yeah, they've been really supportive of it. Um, yeah, all I can really do is thank them because without like them, I probably wouldn't have half of this stuff. You know, they
All
like
right. And one final question for you before we have to wrap this up. One of the things that I was impressed with was your ability to communicate. I mean, it seems like you can communicate. If you can communicate with me, you basically can communicate with everyone. Why do you think communication is so important for young people who are aspiring to do whatever it is they do?
it's important because they have to get their message across. Like there's always gonna be a reason why somebody's doing it. They're not just doing something to do it. And I feel like if people don't know your reason, then they don't know like if they don't know your reason, then they really have no reason to go for it. Like, go towards what I mean? Like support you basically.
I
So
know
they have
what
to
you're
know what,
saying.
they have to know how, they have to know why. That's what they need that's what they need to tell everybody. Or else it's just they don't understand. Like communication is our only way of letting each other know what's going on, putting each other in the know. So if you don't have communication, then how are you going to get anywhere in life? Like we have to be here. We have to coerce with each other. We have to converse with each other. We have to do all this stuff and live with each other. Basically, you have to function together. And without communication, how can you really function?
I couldn't
So,
have said it better myself.
mhm.
How can we function? That's true. Communication is extremely important. Okay, so on that note, I am going to say thank you so much because we have run out of time. It's been wonderful. I wish you the very best. And to my audience who will be tuning in at a later time, if you want to follow this young man, if you're on TikTok, how can they reach you? How can they follow you on TikTok?
All right. So my TikTok it's my first name Nakele. That's Nikhil, and then it's was, but instead of spelling it WAS, is WAZ, just for a little cool element. And then it's here, so it's Nikhil was here. That's my TikTok handle. That's also my Instagram handle. And if you want to know like anything else, just Google my name into just Google my name Nikhil Nakele, and this whole thing comes up. You listen to music, go to my Instagram. I don't think TikTok came up yet, but like music, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, all that stuff will come up for you, and it's really convenient. So,
All
I really appreciate if you guys check some stuff out. Not forced to, but check it out anyway.
All
Thank
right. On that note, I want to thank you again, Nikhil. And remember, folks, all words really do matter, but you got to make sure you have the right choice of words. Until next time, see ya.
It's your time, you shine. Let Beth help